Hello and welcome, Charlene Smith here. I am here to discuss the game that took place at the Emirates Stadium where Arsenal were held to a 0-0 draw against Liverpool. Now, my initial thoughts and reactions on this fixture is I am disappointed. Reason being is we know what Arsenal are capable of. You know, coming into this fixture, the expectation were Arsenal will get all 3 points. Reason being is, you know, up until this point, we have been finding a way to get results and get points on the board. So I guess the whole fan base just had full confidence that, yep, Arsenal are going to go out there, we're going to deliver, we're going to get the 3 points. I know Liverpool fans as well were really, you know, faring coming to the Emirates Stadium because, you know, they felt like Arsenal were actually going to win that game. And I guess once the standards and the levels are so high, the expectations are also high. Now, what I was actually at the game and what I picked up was I just feel like the occasion perhaps got to the players because it just seemed like we weren't showing that fighting mentality like what we have shown in previous fixtures. You know, for example, the game against Bournemouth, you know, where we concede a goal, what do? We redeem ourselves. We show that, you know, we're at war. We really want this. We really want to win this game. I didn't quite pick up that type of energy from the players yesterday. I just felt like we were nervous. There was obviously a big show, you know, before the game, as you can imagine. Fireworks and, you know, it was exciting. I was so geared up for the game, really looking forward to it. And obviously having full confidence and belief that we were going to get the points. And I personally feel like when the games are hyped up so much, naturally, you know, as human beings, we're going to think, oh my God, this is such a big thing. We're going to be nervous. And I feel like it was very evident on the pitch. I don't feel like we was playing with the usual mentality that we normally play with. So I feel like perhaps the occasion got to the players and it was just a bit too much pressure. That is like my initial thought with that one. I know there's a lot of speculation around Goalless as well and the amount of goals that he's scoring. I just feel like Goalless didn't quite look confident. I mean, he was being man-marked by Konate as well. But I just feel like his confidence perhaps wasn't really fully showing in that game. I feel like Mikel Arteta, you know, he did fine with the starting 11. He made substitutes. The substitutes that he made were showing, look, I want to win this game, you know, bringing on the likes of Martinelli, bringing on Eze. He made changes to try and change things up. So in terms of the manager and his decisions, I don't have any issues with that. I just feel like the pressure was just too much on the players. Now, I know we didn't lose the game. We did manage to walk away with 1 point. But the expectation, like I said, was to get 3 points because we know the levels that this team is capable of. We know the type of mentality this team is capable of having. And I feel like that's why it just feels more disappointing and more like it is perhaps a defeat as opposed to a draw, understandably. But let me know how you guys are feeling in regards to that. Obviously, I'm still thankful that we are top of the table. We're still 6 points clear of Man City and Aston Villa. But I also know that, you know, come the end of the season, sometimes it's just these fine margins where you're dropping 2 points here that can, you know, have a detrimental effect. We've seen that in prior seasons when, you know, we've not won the league by a deficit of like 2 points. So I feel like that is why the expectation is, look, we need to win all games. But I am a realistic person on most occasions. And I know that, you know, there's going to be times where we don't win games. But yeah, a bit disappointed in that. But, you know, well done to the team for trying. I do feel like it was a lot of pressure on them. And we didn't lose the game. So that is the fundamental thing. Now, obviously, the main talking point from the game as well is Martinelli's reaction when Bradley was down, when he injured himself and did need to be stretchered off. And Martinelli kind of pushed him off the pitch. Now, we follow Martinelli, us Arsenal fans, and a lot of you who ain't Arsenal fans as well. And Martinelli doesn't come across as that type of character who would do something malicious and out of spite. Now, as you can imagine, in such a high pressure game like that, where, you know, you've got your whole fan base behind you, you know, stakes are on you. Everyone's believing that you're going to win the game. It's 0-0. you want to get on with the game, and we know that sometimes players do go down, you know, just to waste time and everything. So what my assumption is that perhaps Martinelli thought, like, do you know what, he's wasting time, get off the pitch, we want to get on with the game, and we want to score a goal, we want to win this game. That is what my verdict is, and what my opinion is on the game. I don't feel like Martinelli would maliciously think, oh yeah, he's injured, I'm going to do this on purpose or anything like that. So that is what that is my view on it. And Martinelli did also, you know, take to social media to apologise to him and wish him a well and speedy recovery as well. So I think that kind of says a lot about that as well. You know, sometimes we just act on emotion. We're not thinking straight. We're frustrated, you know, especially when you're in such a high pressured environment. So that is my take on that. I would love to know what you guys also think on that. So do get active in the comments. I must say, you know, fans at the Emirates Stadium were absolutely amazing, as always, you know, really getting behind the team, cheering the team on and everything, as we always like to do. The atmosphere was really good. Obviously, really disappointed that we didn't get the 3 points. But, you know, we have to hold our heads up high and say, you know, to be fair, Liverpool, I mean, you know, I personally feel like they have been sort of riding their luck with some of the results that they have been getting this season. That is a whole nother conversation. They are the reigning champions. And, you know, we went out there, we perhaps could have performed better. Well, not perhaps, we could have performed better. But like I said, high pressure environment for the team. But as you know, we are Arsenal, we are the Red Army. We're going to pick ourselves up and we're going to go stronger. We don't just give up. We're going to pick ourselves up. We're going to keep going. Our next fixture now is in the FA Cup against Portsmouth, expecting to deliver in that game and kind of redeem ourselves as well. I'm Charlene Smith. Thank you so much for watching this video. I would love to know what you guys think, you know, about the points that I've raised and everything that I've said. But I also would like to know what your opinions are on the game as well. We're still very much in the title race. We're top of the table. We're 6 points clear. I still believe in this team and we're going to win the league this season. So yeah, get active in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. Don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to share this video as well. And if you haven't, make sure you do subscribe to this channel. Can't get my words out. Thank you so much for watching. I'll be back to speak to you again soon. Bye for now.